going to show you a few ways you can use Apple Classroom. So I'm going to start by tapping on the orange app that says Classroom, and then you'll click on which class you want to use, what class you're teaching at the moment. If you're self-contained, you can click on any of the tiles. So I'm going to choose homeroom. And then that's going to bring up all of the iPads that are within a close proximity to your iPad. So it's bringing up students that are in the classroom right now, and it shows what they're doing on their screen. It also divides them at the top into what they're working on. And so it's not going to show iPads that are off or not in the room. It won't show that they are on the screen at that time, but you can see right now I'm looking at all of the students. Then across the top, I can see who is on Safari. So I can see 2 are on PebbleGo and 1 is on Starfall. Then I can see that 2 are on BrainPop Junior, and then 1 is on Dreambox and 2 are on Epic. It'll also show you who has low battery. And when you're looking at these, you can also click on a student. If I want to look and see what this student is, I can tap on them. I can choose to view their screen, and I can see real time what they're tapping on their screen. So they're looking through and looking at that. I can tell if they are supposed to be researching a certain thing, if they are on a different page than what they're supposed to be on. I can see if they're listening to an activity or what they're on. I can also close out of that screen. So I'm going to press done. And there are a few different things that you can do. You can mute their screen where they'll just not be able to hear it anymore. You can also hide their screen where it will take all of the apps down, which I will show you the student view on these different actions as well. You can lock their screen, which will come up with a lock on their side where they can't see anything. So the hide just takes their apps down, it takes them back to the home screen. But the lock, they can also just open them right back up. The lock and unlock makes it where they can't do anything. You can help them navigate to different things that are in your bookmarks. You can also open certain apps for them on their screen. When you do that, you have the choice down here to lock them in the app once they're there. You just turn that on and off. So if you want to, have them only be able to go to BrainPop Junior at that time, you can lock them in the app. So those are all different things that you can do. You can also, if you're looking and you want to have one of the students share to the big screen, you can choose AirPlay, and you can have their iPad be projected up on the screen, and you can do that remotely without them having to choose that. And all of these actions can be done for an individual student or for the entire class. So if I wanted to go back to where all is, if I wanted to do any of those actions for the entire class, I can unlock or lock all of the devices for the entire class. And then they're not able to access anything. Same thing if you wanted to navigate them all to a certain page, you could do the same thing from the choices at the top. And so this would be great if, you wanted to work with a small group and maybe some kids were on different things on their iPads. You can monitor to make sure students stay on the correct app. You also, it's nice if someone across the room has a problem on their iPad and you're working with one student, you can pull up what's going on their iPad on your iPad so that you can see what's going on and maybe give them a quick fix without having to stop working with one student for very long to go over and problem solve it. So there are a lot of different ways that you can do that. When you're done with whatever you're doing, like let's say it's time to clean up and you have them all lock their screen, just make sure once they are all put away to go ahead and press End Class in the top left corner so that when it is time to get them back out again, that they're available, they're not all locked. You can also do some things. You'll see on the far right in the menu at the top, there's a button that says Group. You can do some fancier things with grouping students and assigning them places to go. But those are the basics with how to use Apple Classroom. So I'm done right now, so I'm going to press End Class. And then I'm going to press done, and it just goes back to that same screen that we started with.